pick. I'd like you to analyze that quote being Coach Ryan Gregorio.
Eventually, you've got to make a decision. And the decision is you look at sometimes what you have to look at is your opponent right now. And you're probably looking at it. Talking Texas is probably a team that is going to be good in about peaking in about another 1-2 more years. So he's banking on loading up talent after some teams have started to regress already. Was planned to be. Because you would be thinking, if kung trade ko yan sa Global Port by 2014, right before the draft, Willie Miller will not be as good. Gary David will probably not be as good. That should be a prime pick. But all the best laid out plans, maaring magbago yan because of destiny.
Chris Timberlake na quarterbacking for the Bolts, coming off an excellent opening quarter. Ray Guevara up against Aaron Aban. Shot clock down to 8. Guevara makes his move. Guevara all the way. No go. Rebound Aluseni. So we're still waiting for a local Talking Text player to score a field goal, and Jason Castro does just that. Balikan natin si Jessica.
Ayon kay Coach Ryan Gregorio, Miko, the loss of Sol Mercado means that he feels like he has a completely different Meralco team in his hands. Sabi niya he expects his offense to be more distributed this conference, and he's hoping that the players will understand the concept of long-term goals pagdating sa kanilang sort of championship goals. At sabi rin niya that it's better because his idea of what last team was that they were sort of standing still, and now he's just hoping that change means that they're gonna move forward, guys.
I suppose when Ryan said standing still mentality before was that kasi pinaparoon nila si Sol who would have the ball offense.
Yes. I mean, but even if it's also kind of tough on Sol because you're talking
But he also led the team in assists.
Yun na nga, siya na yung he was a top scorer of the team. He was also the top assist man of the league.
It's active. Shot clock down to 10 for the Bolts. Pretty sure ayaw pa ng Meralco to relinquish this lead. Dick Manuel playing his first game for the Bolts, and he misses, and Hugnatan.
Rebounding is just gone exclusively the way of Meralco at the moment.
Offensive foul with the Talking Text.
Yes, and it should. I mean, it can't be that easy. Aside from the fact that he's with a new system, he has not played well. The truth of the matter is he has not played well
in a long
NBA.
time. Yeah. I think the last time he played well, nasa Air 21 pa siya.
So, yung personal adjustment mo sa bago mong koponan, but also your adjustment to
Magic na paggising mo, it's back. But it certainly helps that he has so many familiar faces around him.
Familiarity.
Like Coach Sandy Respocochaga was his coach, was his assistant coach in Ateneo for so many years. So, a daming familiar voices and familiar faces. And I think it's a very ideal environment para kay Rapa. But I agree with you, hindi to parang overnight lang may solution na lahat.
But as we see this 3-point shot by Ron J, he's playing well. He's got 8 points. But also a huge opportunity for him because Ali Peak is in the injured reserve. So yung mga minuto, ain't unquestioned na more than likely sa kanya pupunta.
And Kelly's not here.
Isa pa.
So talaga magkakaminuto siya. In the meantime, the Meralco Bolts, I'm sure, surprising a lot of fans. An acrobatic move by Timberlake there. It's Castro. He steps on the gas. He goes all the way. Doesn't matter if mga mas malalaking gwardiya sa FIBA Asia.
That's gonna be a big question mark. We haven't seen what he can do in the international game. Yung makita siya na makakalaban lahat malalaki. And also, what role will that play in the offense that they're gonna run?
7:40 remaining in the second period. Meralco up by 10. Chris Ross laban kay Castro. Eric Dawson goes by 2 defenders and he almost makes the layup.
Hanggang umabot sa mukha na.
I've gotten so many replies saying
What was the best one?
I don't know.
Ayaw mo i-share?
Ayoko. Ayoko, mamaya hanapin pa ako ni Dawson mamaya. Heath Benson, handoff, Larry, no. Rebound, Manuel. So still a 12-point game for the Meralco Bolts. Easy, almost a steal para kay Jimmy Alapag. Oh, Dawson is all alone.
Losing track because some teammates of Jimmy thought that he actually had the ball. Karamihan sa kanya, bumababa na.
Nice tap by Dawson. Ball will stay with Talking Tex. Bullet pass for Ranidel. Stolen by Hodge. Ross. All the way. No! Missed the layup. Here's Jimmy. Jimmy waits. Goes to Ranidel against Hodge. Paksak si Ranidel.
And the reason being,
I have no idea. Napansin ko lang.
nagbibigay po niya ganun siya sa coach niya.
Bakit? Number ba ni Ryan yan?
Maaari. Kanya-kanya na.
Yan ba ano kayo? Kanya-kanya ng paraan. I remember though, shot clock winding down here for Talking Tex and Jarry with this. May player yung Hinebra noon. Ang number niya 77. And talagang as Cardona gets a teardrop, talagang ano yun, number niya 77 to honor the living legend.
And who was this player?
I forget.
Apparently he didn't honor him enough because we can't even remember his name.
I think his name is Ray Perez, I think. And maybe I'll confirm with Roy here.
Si Roy, ayaw ka tingnan. That maybe, you know, although maganda yung stats, but he's ball dominant. But then you feel that some of your players can work better as a unit. And, you know, so far, so good. But don't forget, you know, ang laki.
Buti nga may numero eh. Hindi tuldok lang eh. Buti nga kamo, walang minimum requirement sa stats para masama sa annual. Eh, buti tagalit pa kayo ni Richard. Siya lang. Here's Cardona. Handoff for Dawson. Good idea. Not as good as yung sa execution, sa turnover. But still, Meralco Bolts. 42-26 advantage here in the first half. Castro. Here's Ranidel. Oh, swipe! Manuel! Vic Manuel's on the move. Oh! No look pass.
Lots
no,
of
as far as I know, they're fine. I mean, they're okay. But,
Kaya nagsabi sa'yo?
na ano?
Wala silang conflict at ano.
Hula ko lang. Tingin ko lang. Tansya ko lang there's no conflict between the...
But you know, this is not something new. Remember before tumating si Sol, this was Mac's team naman.
It's back-to-back Max team. At least that's what we believe. Jessica, what do you have for us?
Well, actually, Mac Cardona was the first to say na naramdaman niya ang loss ni Sol Mercado. And in fact, hindi nga raw niya alam na matatrade na si Sol. Nakita lang daw niya sa Twitter na ini-interview na pala si Sol dahil na-trade na nga. At sabi niya, at this point, he's just gonna do his best to what is needed from him. At if it turns out, na swerte palang humahaba niyang buhok, well, bonus na lang, Nico.
So nagpapahaba talaga siya ng buhok.
Hindi, humahaba ang hair niya.
But alam mo, sino humahaba ang hair? Talking Tex.
Yes, right now, because this is not how,
We're not used to this.
it's fairly difficult for them to get up for a game after winning the championship. That first game is always tough. And when you're playing a team that's hungry, it's doubly tough.
Hungry and excited. Oh, Dawson gets away! And another layup for the Meralco Bolts.
Layup drill. Ang dami natin nakikita layup para dito sa Meralco. And another
From their homes, they'll be shocked.
yeah.
They might even think, oh, typo ba yan? Typo? No. This is happening. Here's Cardona. Nowhere to go. And here's Manuel. Shot clock down to 10. And Cardona loses it. Lost his balance as well. A foul here.
At new dimension pag gusto nilang pumoste. Both guys unavailable so far.
Still a 16-point advantage for the Meralco Bolts. Dawson, hand off to Ross. Just uncharacteristic to see an opposing team score so many layups against the Talking Tex defense. Cardona against Castro. And a swipe by Jason Castro. Here's Jimmy. Jimmy on the move. Jimmy will step on the brakes. And Benson will lose it. Last touch on
Tex makabalik dito sa ating first half.
Here's Castro.
Wouldn't shoot any shot now, huh? You know, he comes in there and he actually sets himself up square na square ngayon dun sa mga tira. No second guessing. Unlike before, probably would second guess when he has those outside shots. Leadership. You can see that yung import nila, meron leadership qualities din.
Missed the jumper that time, Eric Dawson. As we approach the last 2 minutes of the second period. Jimmy makes his move. That will be a foul, I think, against Chris Ross.
Meralco.
So lamang pa rin ang Meralco, 46-34. Ross, Hodge, Dawson, Manuel, and Cardona on the floor for the Bolts.
Very quiet game para kay Cliff Hodge.
Missed that time, bothered by the towering presence of Keith Benson. Castro. Interception by Ross. Manuel is running. It goes to Hodge, and Hodge attacks, but is unsuccessful. Here's Jimmy. Jimmy to Castro, and Castro needs help. Finds Dillinger. Inside, Benson, blocked by Dawson. Medyo. Benson blocked. Dawson is all over the place. And here's Cardona.
That's good.
2 for 2 for Mac Cardona, and he has 14 points to match his jersey number. Meantime, here's Castro. Talking Tex down by 14 points. Getaway move for Jason Castro. Still a 12-point lead for the Bolts. Dawson lost it. Ryan Reyes is all alone.
This is what we're talking about. Talking Tex, they've come back strong. They've already touched 38 so far. They're cutting that lead to 10 points. They're just like that. They're back in this game.
Here's Guevara. Under a minute remaining dito sa second quarter. And Ray Guevara with a hesitation move. Benson with a rebound. Talking Tex is on the move. Jason Castro fires a three. Yes, sir!
That's the run. All good teams, and actually most teams and all teams in the PBA, they get into runs. Now it's a matter of how long those runs are. This is a pretty big run on the part of Talking Tex.
Shot clock down to 9. Ross misses. And here's Ryan Reyes on the break. To Castro, who just made a three-pointer earlier. This is just a 7-point game. And Talking Tex hoping to write the last sentence of the second chapter. Castro against Cardona. Castro says, give me room to operate. Castro finds Pablo. No. That ends the first half. And Meralco